Hey guys, Sin here, and today we're going to look at the M18 Smoke Hand Grenade. I don't see this grenade used much in public games, even though it is one of the more useful non-lethal grenades available to you. And because it's the standard grenade I use for my support kit, I kind of wanted to show you guys how this grenade is very, very helpful to your team, and if used with the right combination of weaponry and optics, can actually rack you a lot of kills compared to using standard grenades. Before we look at how to take advantage of the smoke grenade to get kills, let's take a look at where it fits into the game and what its general purpose is in combat. Obviously, the weakness of the smoke grenade is that it is non-lethal. I can throw it at my feet and it'll do no damage. The smoke grenade's main purpose is to create cover where there is none. So, for example, this pathway up to this building has no cover other than the rock on the side and the rocks on the side and the bushes here. But I can create cover to run across this pathway with the smoke grenade. So what does the smoke grenade actually do? The M18 Smoke Grenade, when thrown, upon impact, will release a cloud of smoke. Once it impacts and releases that cloud of smoke, it'll last for approximately 15 seconds. But the maximum density of the smoke lasts only about 10 seconds. As you can see, it's starting to fade already. Considering that the M18 Smoke Grenade lasts about 10 seconds at full density, you want to use these on maps where there is cover about 10 seconds apart from each other, give or take. So if I have to cross this street, instead of running out in the open, I can create pieces of cover in between here and the next piece of cover. As you can see right over here, I get to another piece of cover. So you want to be able to run to another piece of cover within the 10-second duration of the smoke grenade at full density. The smoke grenade is also intended to prevent spotting, like this tank or this LAV. However, it does not always work as intended, especially on larger multiplayer games. I'm not entirely sure why, but the smoke grenade will prevent vehicles and infantry from being spotted through it. As you can see, I can spot that LAV, but not this tank behind the puff of smoke, even though we know it's there. The smoke grenade can also be used for deception. Let's assume we are attacking this base over here. If I'm in the bushes over here, to the south of this building, as you can see on the map, I'm to the south, I can throw smoke to the west in a line, making the enemy who might be holed up in there think that I'm approaching from the west, while I'm actually approaching from the east, the southeast. So you can use these to distract your opponents and make them think you are somewhere where you're not. And if you have the support kit, it makes it even more useful because you can reload your smoke grenades on the fly. So let's go over how to use these to cross from cover to cover, which is one of the greatest benefits of the smoke grenade. If I'm trying to advance on the battlefield and I've got cover up here ahead of me, but I don't want to cross that open ground and expose my entire left flank to that northwest side, I can throw my smoke grenades and run up. I can do the same here to cover my northeast side by throwing smoke at my piece of cover and then progressively shorter tosses, creating a line. This allows you and your teammates ample cover. As you can see, there's tons of targets over there and none of them can see me. Clearly, at least. Ideally, you do want to make sure that your cover, the next piece of cover you're running to, is within 10 seconds run. Also, something to take note here is how you can use these to your advantage. Even though they are non-lethal, assuming you load out to complement the smoke grenade with the IRNV or flare sight. I'll show you the flare here. We've got a flare gun right below us. If I throw a smoke grenade at these targets directly in front of me, let's say I've got plenty of time over here. I don't need to move around much yet. I can throw smoke down, and I can see right through the smoke with the infrared optics and shoot my target. I can do the same thing with the flare sight. See right through that smoke. It's even more effective with the flare. And there you have it. That's the smoke grenade in a controlled testing environment. The next question's obvious. Does it work in a live game? Can these be effective for you and your team? Like any other grenade, the M18 Smoke is situational at best. However, on certain game modes, like Obliteration or specifically Rush, the smoke grenade is one of the best tools on the battlefield and can be used offensively and defensively. In Rush, you can use the smoke grenade to advance to an MCOM where you might have to cross open ground in order to arm it. And throwing them directly at an MCOM while a teammate is arming can prevent the enemy from spotting them or firing at them accurately. This can easily mean a win or loss for your team. The smoke grenade can also gain you an advantage on other game modes like Conquest or Domination, where you may be spending a lot of time in close quarters. This is where I believe the smoke grenade really shines. Because the smoke grenade creates a virtual piece of cover where there is none, if you combine it with the infrared or flare optics, you will be able to see the enemy before they ever see you, which is a huge advantage in the close quarters arena. I've tried the combination of the infrared scope and smoke grenade with both fast firing weapons and slow to prove that it does work in both situations, depending on your preference. You may have already noticed me using this tactic in some of the footage I've provided. The concept is fairly simple. Throw your smoke grenades between you and your enemy, and you will be able to see right through the smoke and fire upon them before they ever spot you. I've found it's best to throw the smoke grenades in the middle of roads or in doorways. Any situation where you have multiple exit strategies, the smoke grenade will benefit you a lot. I can't guarantee success on your first try with the smoke grenade, but once you get the hang of how to use them, you may find your scores improving. And if you use them in the right situations, your teammates will love you. If you guys have any questions or comments on smoke grenades and complementary loadouts for them, then shout out in the comments. And give a thumbs up if you learned something new today. Until next time, Sin out.